Hey everybody, Kelly Engineering here, and welcome to episode 19 of Journey Across the Void. In between episodes, I was very busy. I pretty much spent the entirety of Friday night and most of Saturday in the Nether gathering glowstone because I have lit up quite a few of the floors, as many as I could. Here we go, and the cross section looks beautiful. If you look up here at the top, yeah, look at that cross section of the disc. It looks fantastic, and I'm not a big fan of this, but this is where the helipad is on the outside, and having to build into the disc made it have to look like this. It doesn't look that bad going up one more floor, but it is what it is. So that was quite time consuming. Another thing that I did is I built the Bibliocraft printing press because I need Civ Fortune 3 and Civ Efficiency 5, and I learned a couple things about the printing press as it applies to this pack. So floral black powder cannot be used as black ink inside the printing press, which was very unfortunate. And the enchanted plates, because they have 3 durability on them, I was trying to brainstorm some sort of contraption I could make that would automatically take them out and repair them, because I make a enchanted plate. I can make 3 books using that enchanted plate, but I have to immediately take one of those books to turn it into another plate. So yeah, 1 plate only giving me 2 books and having to spend the 40 enchantment levels that it takes in order to make a plate each time, it's not worth it. So I need to make some sort of contraption that will repair these plates. I was thinking maybe using the energy anvil, because it is in this pack. And the energy anvil will repair anything using energy. It's just a matter of taking the enchanted plates out of the printing press. I also have the elevators in for every single one of the wings, but I still have a problem. So the elevators can only have 8 floors, and if you look at the elevator button, yeah, it only allows for 8 floors. If I try to add 16 more, if I try to have 16 elevators all on the same X and Y level, the buttons will appear on the screen. I mean, the base elevator block does recognize that there are 16 floors, but I can't actually go to them. So it goes floor 1 to floor 8, and then floor 9 to floor 16. But if I hit floor 9 through 16, then it will only go to the 8th floor or whatever. So that is a problem that I was trying to find a creative solution to, and kind of failing at. So I'm going to go up to the top floor, and the elevator block for floors 1 through 8 is on this X and Z level, but the elevator block for floors 9 through 16 are actually on this X and Z level, so it looks at something completely different. So at that point, I have to go up to the 9th floor, call the elevator, and then I can go up to the 16th floor. I don't like that solution. It's not immersive. It's kind of annoying. So I'm going to find some sort of different solution, or at least hope that there is some sort of creative solution that I can employ so I can just go from floor 1 to floor 16. Another thing that I did is I placed stairs in the disc of the Triskelion at each of the cardinal directions. So there are stairs right here, 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 and here. And I'm not a big fan of using the steel scaffolding. I was just trying something out. But at the very least, it's a little bit more immersive going from floor to floor instead of just flying up and going up to the top floor and then leaving that way. So that is in place, and I still intend on flying. But the bulk of what we're going to be doing in this episode is we are going to be automating, and I mean automating, everything about the sieving and pulverizing setup, or the furnacing setup. Because right now, I am not doing everything that I possibly can. There are still 18, technically 19, but I'm not going to be doing leaves. 18 more things that I need to sieve. So I need to set up a contraption that automatically makes that item for me and then throws it into a sieve, which I have still yet to name because I got lazy. So that is what we're going to be doing in this episode, and yeah, I am going to be very happy once I have like an automation for the I guess I can't do Twilight Forest either. I'm gonna do Twilight Forest next episode, but I'm not gonna be able to automate everything like the roots from Twilight Forest. But the stuff like the Mercury Gravel, I can absolutely automate. The things like Endstone or Soulstone or Nether Rack, I can absolutely automate. And we're going to make a very weird contraption that'll immediately get sent into its respective sieve, automated sieve. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in the episode. So what I have been doing is just assembling all the stuff that I'm going to need for at least the Endstone, the Soulstone, and the Nether Rack. And as you can see, I've been a busy bee. I had to make a total of 54 diamond hammers in order to make all of the auto hammers, and then the 2 hammers I'm going to put inside it in order to make it go a little bit faster. It's unfortunate I can't use Tinker's sledgehammers in order to put in there, but it's whatever. So I'm going to have to worry about the durability on these falling every time it uses the auto hammer, or I think it's like a 50% chance of losing durability. I'll have to check that. Regardless, I have everything inside this chest, and there we go. I'm going to go try to deposit it down at my normal location. So here is where all of my Netherrack, Endstone, and Soulstone production is going to take place. I planted some ancient spores on dirt, and it is turning it all into mycelium. All I have to do is put down a barrel of water on top of mycelium, and it will slowly start to convert into witch water. And then witch water combined with sand in a barrel will make you soulstone. So that's how my production is going to go, and all of the items that I made in between the clips are going to be instrumental in making me my crushed Netherrack and crushed Endstone. I'm going to set it up real quick and then go over how I set it up, and it's maybe a little convoluted, but this 2x3 area is going to be where everything goes, and it's just going to be split up in between. I still need to install all of the conduits for the Endstone and Netherrack, but at the very least Soulstone is complete. And it is a little more complicated than I wanted it to be, but I'm trying to limit the amount of conduits I use, but unfortunately I had to use conduits here because I can't double stack what the item conduits were using when I had them on top in the first place. They could insert, but they couldn't simultaneously insert and extract. So yeah, that was a problem. Regardless, I have a material stonework factory producing sand for me, and the sand is going into all of these barrels that are on top of the mycelium, even though all of the mycelium hasn't really grown yet. But it is a very quick process. It's transforming rather quickly into the witch water, and then after that all the sand inserts and then immediately extracts and puts into this ender chest. This ender chest is going to be yellow, red, black, and anything related to my ore processing is going to have an ender chest starting with yellow, just for easy reference for myself. And here are all of the ones that are going to be attached to sieves once I have them set up in the sieving room. So what I have right here are 2 ender chests. I have my yellow, white, red, and my yellow, white, yellow. Glowstone is going to be going into this one, and redstone is going to be going into this one, so I can make my Netherrack. I'm going to have to put some acceleration cards in here. Let's go see how it looks downstairs. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so it has the glowstone in there, but I don't think I have... Oh, I do not have this on extract, so I'm going to have to redo that, but that's perfectly fine. While I was setting all of this up, I did make a conduit probe, so copying and pasting is super easy. Copy and just paste everything else. Now that that's taken care of, I'm going to do a little explanation of what this is. I'm not going to move around very much because, and I'm sorry to have to do this to you, but it's very choppy with all of these block updates happening in one spot. So yeah, I'm going to have to find some sort of failsafe to keep that from lagging myself out. This is strictly going to be an AFK farm. But anyway, so what I'm going to have is a cobblestone generator with the red output going into this crucible, same as always, but the white fluid is going to be going into this barrel, combining with all of the... Wow, that's actually going much quicker than I thought. Redstone is going to be leaving this ender chest, going into the barrel, making me my Netherrack, and it's going to be going into this hammer, this auto hammer. The auto hammer is going to sieve everything and put it inside this ender chest, and this will be going to the sieve in the other room. And yeah, it's really that simple. It's what I have going for the Endstone as well. Let's go hook up the sieves. So here is my sieving setup. I am very happy with it, and the flux ducts that are coming down from the ceiling aren't being powered by my extreme reactor. They're actually being powered with geothermal generators. I had them sitting in one of my memory cards for a while. I figured I may as well use them. So there is a geothermal generator powering each column, and that means that it's going to be powering every single sieve setup that I set up in the future. The redstone and the nether rack and the endstone haven't been hooked up yet, mainly because I need to make more servos in order to actually, push it in and then push it back out. However, everything else has been hooked back up. It's just a matter of actually getting these ender chests, the dark blue, light blue, and white, hooked back into the pulverizing and smelting setup. I've reconfigured it quite a bit, and I think it looks a lot smarter, a lot more organized. So yeah, this is definitely a good look for it. It's just a matter of getting these ender chests hooked back up, so they're going to be going back into my ME system or going back into the quantum storage units. I also found out a way that I'm going to fail-safe this laggy area in here. So this is being powered on a new flux point. This is blue, aka block making. On the back of the extreme reactor, whenever I'm done AFKing, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to deactivate. Where are you? Right here. I'm just going to deactivate this flux point so that it's not going to be powering anything anymore. And so long as stuff isn't powered, once I get 64 blocks into each machine, it just stops. That's going to be my failsafe. I've also made an ME toggle bus and attached a lever to it so that I can just turn this on, and then redstone and glowstone will start flowing back into these ender chests. I've actually run out of glowstone, so I can't make any more endstone. I do, however, get glowstone from sieving the nether rack, so it is cyclical, and I don't really have to worry about it once I actually have everything activated. Another thing about these simple lights, I love the look of them. However, once you have stuff like this where a block is in the way, there is no way to detach this light. It just sees that there is a block next to it, and it thinks that a light should be next to it as a consequence. There's no way to toggle this. There hasn't been an update to Simply Lights, and it's really my only complaint with it. But I'm going to go hook up the crushed netherrack and the crushed redstone into the sieve system, and I'll be back with you shortly. And there we are. I have everything hooked back up. I have simplified it based on, well, I've simplified it more than it was before. So I used to have a whole bunch of chests with a whole bunch of filters on it, trying to filter out anything that goes. On every single level on every single level of my processing area, I am dealing with a dark blue, light blue, and dark blue, light blue, white. And the dark blue, light blue, white is everything that I'm going to be getting from sieving or my void resource miners. And then the blue, light blue is going to right back into the ME system. Because I have servos and filters that can handle that level of speed, and I'm dealing with the resonant filters down here, because I have filters and servos that can handle that speed, it's absolutely no problem to have every single thing that is giving me these resources in the same ender chest. It all goes out in one stack, and then it processes pretty quickly because I have augmentations for auxiliary reception coils and the flux anodizers in my redstone furnaces. You may have noticed that I didn't really go over the fact that I got rid of the furnaces and the pulvuses because they were taking up too much space, and even though I was getting more resources for some of the things like coal ore, I was getting 3 coal per from the pulvus and the furnace. So I'm only getting 2 now, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah, 8.4k stored, and I have even more in the ME system because I get some coal from sieving. So this is strictly the stuff that I get from the ore. So with all that being said, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out. I'm going to go do the last thing that I have planned for this episode because these are all of the void resource miner ores, and I need to work on getting my void resource miners hooked back up. So I'm finished setting up my void resource miner, and it is now set up, and all of... This is kind of difficult to explain. I am only going to be sticking with the tier 2 just for now, so I can get enough of the ores in order to actually, set up all of my filters inside the processing room. Other than that, I have all of the resources necessary to get everything up to tier 3, and I plan on doing that in between episodes. But right now I have nothing that actually powers these. It used to be powered by my solar panels right here, but of course I don't have the solar panels hooked up, and this is the bottom floor of the Triskelion, and solar needs to be hooked up where it can see the sun, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hook up all of the solar panels and then connect them to my void ore miner and my void resource miner. Oh, and where's the... Oh, there we go. But yeah, I'm going to hook up solar panels on the top of the Triskelion, and I'm going to siphon that power via a flux plug and a flux point into my void ore resource miners, just so it's not drawing off of the fusion power. Yeah, all of my void stuff, my E-Tech stuff, is going to be powered by E-Tech stuff. It just makes sense, and I have all of the stuff here anyway, and it's taking up space in my inventories. I just got done hooking up the last flux plug, and I actually need to make one more because, yeah, I have 4 of these hooked up. There's my exit. But, yeah, I thought I had another flux plug hanging around. Regardless, this is what it looks like from the top, and I'm pretty happy with it, and I know this kind of, I know that this will irk someone, but once I have tier 6 solar panels, I actually have it configured so that it will fit in perfectly across this stretch. Let's see, tier 6 is 13 blocks across, so if I start right here, there will be a very nice looking, aesthetically pleasing band going across, and it won't look as janky as this. This is really just a placeholder more than anything. But this is how I've inset all of my solar panels inside, or I guess on top of the Triskelion. Now it's just a matter of going to go hook up my flux points to the void resource miner and the void ore miner. And here we are. Everything is flowing into my void ore miner and my void resource miner. Oh wow, there was already a bunch of stuff in there. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, no, this is stuff that hasn't gone back into the ME system. Did I confuse chests? Oh, I confused chests. Oh, well, that's an easy fix. But I am ready to close out this episode. I guess I know one of the things I'm going to be doing in between episodes, and that is hooking this chest back up to the ME system and hooking these chests now that I actually have some ore. So, yeah, like the coal ore needs to go into the coal filter in the ore processing room. Same thing with, no, iron ore is already taken care of. Prosperity ore, uranium. Yeah, pretty simple stuff, but that's what I'm going to be doing in between episodes. Next episode, I'm getting into Twilight Forest, because Twilight Forest, there's an item in there, I forget what it is now, but there's an item in the Twilight Forest I need in order to progress into the rest of the magic mods. So, yeah, Twilight Forest it is. But I am Kelly Engineering, and I hope that you did enjoy this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.